When hinges creak in doorless chambers, and strange, frightening sounds echo throughout the halls, it's time for frights, spooks, and horrors. Even today, the Day of the Dead, it's time for celebration for all things scary. And trust me, tonight is the night skeletons, zombies, monsters, and project deadlines galore. A new force is about to shake IPoly to its core, and it's time that I take over. Welcome, foolish mortals, to IPoly's Halloween episode.
Hello, IPoly. Oh wait, let's do something about the lighting in here. Lumos! Hello, and happy Friday. And welcome back to another episode of IPoly. I'm Maya.
And I'm EJ. As autumn is among us, pumpkins are suddenly in season.
Whether it's pumpkin spice lattes, pumpkin pies, or pumpkin ice cream, pumpkins are pretty much everywhere.
The traditional squash is a great indicator of the start of autumn, and we get to see the process just across the street in our very own pumpkin patch.
Cal Poly Pomona is known for their annual pumpkin patch, where people of all ages can share the joys of picking the perfect pumpkin.
Let's take a closer look.
Welcome to the Cal Poly Pumpkin Patch, where Cal Poly has pumpkins. There's a lot of different foods you can make with these, so let's ask some people about them. Do you like pumpkin food? So, Mr. Anaya, do you like pumpkins?
I do not.
Why not?
The pumpkin flavor, just pumpkins in general. The only thing I kind of like is pumpkin bread. But other than that, like the whole pumpkin spice craze, not so much.
Would you be interested in pumpkin cornbread?
No, because I really like cornbread. So if you were to throw a pumpkin into the mix, I think it would ruin cornbread for me.
What about pumpkin pie?
Don't like pumpkin pie.
Do you like pumpkin?
Not really.
Do you like pumpkin pie?
No.
How about pumpkin rice?
No.
Pumpkin bread?
No.
What about pumpkin curry?
No.
Welcome to an episode of Indulging with Isaac. This episode we'll be making pumpkin spice waffles with a side of pumpkin fries. We will start by putting 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, half and half of baking soda and baking powder, half a tablespoon of salt, a tablespoon of ground ginger, half a tablespoon of cinnamon, and 1 full tablespoon of pumpkin spice. Now we will throw in 2 large eggs, 3/4 cup of buttermilk, 3 tablespoons of butter, half and half of vanilla extract. Now we will mix these all together, and while we wait for the waffles to cook, let's get started on the pumpkin fries. We will cut up and empty out 2 small pumpkins, and this will serve a 1-person dish. And we can also save the pumpkin seeds for a snack later. If you're wondering where we got these pumpkins, we got them from Trader Joe's, but you can get them from most grocery stores. We're going to cut the pumpkins into thin pieces, making sure to separate it from the outside. Now we're going to throw these in a bowl, and to season, we will be throwing in a dash of salt, a dash of ginger, some cayenne pepper, and about 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. And also, okay, let's get Andrew over here to try to open this. I think he got it. No, he definitely does not. Okay, well, 1 tablespoon of onion powder and a little more salt. Now let's mix these pieces all together and spread them out on a parchment paper. And put a little olive oil on there, not sure why though, but while we have these in the oven, let's get those waffles again. Nice. Looks like the fries are just about done and we can get started on plating them with the waffles. Let's put a nice little cube of butter on the waffles and a generous amount of genuine Canadian maple syrup. Now we can finally admire our hard work and give these waffles a try. These waffles smack and definitely get a thumbs up from me, but unfortunately these will not be entering the Clean Plate Club. So let's get some friends in here to help with that.
Wow, all that food looks amazing.
This just in, studies have shown that 100% of people who drink pumpkin spice lattes are basic.
Very funny, Jay. Halloween was last night, and many people went trick-or-treating.
Most teenagers think they're too cool to go trick-or-treating.
I think that no matter how old you are, trick-or-treating is a great way to spend Halloween.
You have a point. Trick-or-treating is a fun way to celebrate the holiday no matter your age. But one must be careful, because if one isn't, it can be dangerous.
With more on this Halloween tradition, here's Issa.
Horror movies are meant to be exciting, horrifying, and to give you that adrenaline rush found nowhere else. Love them or hate them, it's a genre that is meant to spark fear and put the audience in an anxiety-induced trance. In order to explain the history of horror movies, we need to look back on the books that inspired them. The Gothic genre, with works from Edgar Allan Poe, Mary Shelley, and Bram Stoker, merged deep passions with chilling dread. Towards the end of the 1800s, the Lumiere brothers showcased their new creation, which they called motion pictures, marking the beginning of an era filled with innovation in the brand new film industry. In 1896, George Méliès, one of the first ever filmmakers, took inspiration from these Gothic novels and created the first ever horror film, Le Manoir du Diable, or in English, The House of the Devil. Today, horror movies have evolved with subgenres on subgenres, like slasher films, found footage films, and even some comedy horror.
Where am I?
And seeing as how Halloween is here, I'm here to see IPoly's personal experiences with horror films. Okay, so what is it that you enjoy about watching horror films?
I think I enjoy the creativity put behind the directors and what they think would make things scary.
I really like the idea of like being scared but like not being in actual danger, because it's like kind of like that euphoria of like, oh yeah, something's happening, but like you're not in any danger because you're just watching on a screen.
They're really frightening. I mean, I'm really scared of a lot of things, so basically it gives me like a lot of excitement, like a really good rush about seeing a horror movie.
What would you say is your favorite horror movie of all time?
The Shining.
Why is that?
I feel like that's like a more genuine horror movie. Like it set a lot of precedent for other horror movies, and yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
I'm sorry, I'm basic, but yeah.
What would you say is your favorite horror movie of all time?
I don't watch horror movies.
In your opinion, what do you think makes a good horror film, or a memorable one, a classic?
I think it's maybe like a creative concept, one that doesn't follow normal cliches, and that really like takes a different effect or approach on what makes a horror movie, if you will.
Well, it should be really funny. I mean, not really funny, but it should have a bunch of humorous moments so you can really remember it. That's what separated it from like a lot of other horror movies, because it was really casual. And I think that a lot of horror movies, they're too dark, I guess. We really can't see anything. So yeah.
That's actually really interesting. Thank you.
EJ, did you go trick-or-treating this year?
No. Every fall, the theaters are flooded with an influx of horror movies riding off the scary craze that comes with the season.
Thrillers, slashers, horror films all have their time in the spotlight during the spooky season.
Horror movies have consistently been some of the most popular movies since the horror movie craze in the 1920s.
But why do we love horror films?
Here is Gabe with the inside report on our favorite horror movies.
Many people believe that trick-or-treating is an American tradition, but in reality, it actually comes from Europe. In the 1800s, Americans began to dress up and go house by house asking for food or money, a practice that we now recognize as trick-or-treating. In the 1980s, it started to become a more family and community-oriented holiday. Together, people would pull pranks on each other, dress up, and go trick-or-treating all just to have a good laugh. Let's see how our student body celebrates this tradition. Okay, so to begin, can you please give us your name and your grade?
Hello, I'm Nicole, and I am a ninth grader.
That's great. So this year, Halloween is obviously coming up. Do you still go trick-or-treating?
Yeah, I do.
Are you going with friends or family?
By myself.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. And what is your costume gonna be this year?
I'm gonna be a lo-fi girl. So basically, if you don't know who that is, it's like the study girl you see in like those 24-hour type streams.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Okay, so to begin, can you please give us your name and your grade?
Phyllis Battaglia, 12th grade.
Okay, and so Halloween is coming up soon. Are you gonna go trick-or-treating this year?
Yes, I am.
Are you gonna go with friends or maybe family?
Both friends and family.
And last, what is your costume gonna be this year?
Steampunk zombie.
Interesting, I like that. Okay, cool. Thank you.
I'm Chris. I'm a junior.
Okay, cool. And Halloween is coming up very soon. So, do you have any plans? Do you think you're going trick-or-treating this year?
Yeah, this might be my last since I'm getting braces. So this is probably my last trick-or-treating.
And do you think you're gonna go with family or friends?
With the little friends I have left, yeah.
Okay, cool. And are you gonna dress up as or anything this year?
My friends want me to be a chibi Sailor Moon so that I could sort of join them because they're all doing a Sailor Moon costume. If not, I'll be a clown.
Cool, I like that. Thank you.
Moises Delgado in 10th grade.
Cool. And so, as we know, Halloween is coming up very soon. So, are you gonna go trick-or-treating this year?
No, I am not. Not this year.
Oh, you're not. What happens then?
Personally, I don't think horror movies are that scary. I mean, something just pops up when you don't expect it and then someone screams.
Well, that's a wrap for this week's episode. I'm Maya. EJ? EJ?
And I'm EJ. This has been your IPoly.